Okay, my name is John Campbell, and I'm the Kissena Velodrome track director. So anybody that wants to come to the track, that wants to race on the track or whatever, come to me. This velodrome goes back to 1963 when they developed this site. There used to be a dirt track where Shea Stadium is now, and riders used to race over there. It goes way back. We have some of the documentation on nyvelocity.com. There's some early pictures there with Mike Lietch leading the pack, and there were three guys involved. There was Pete Senia, Al Tofield, and Lou Maltese. They were the three amigos, I call them. And they, there's been a lot of misinformation about those three guys and how they hated each other, but they were just strong personalities, and they really knew what they were doing. They were trying to tie in all of the metropolitan area into a concerted effort to make cycling survive after World War II. And by forming this track and getting the money for this track, what it did was, it was a central location between all the riders in Long Island, in the Long Island area, and even Connecticut, and north of here, to all the riders in the New York area and across the river in New Jersey, the East New York area. The first opening weekend was really a treat with having Marty and all the great riders show up. Gibby Hatton and Jack Symes and Jack Symes' son, and Ben Barczewski and his father, and Cindy Lakatosh. I mean, all the great riders from T-Town came and supported me, and I really appreciated that.
I love it. I love it. It's a great feeling. Like, you can go so fast, and just an outlet, man. I do try not to think about it too much. I try just to like go and ride hard and burn all that extra energy I got sometimes.
I think the most important thing that people forget is the tradition that Kissena has here, and the fact that when I raced here, and I did my first race ever here in 1978, and I was 8 years old. And we had so many people come to the races here on a Wednesday night. We'd have 50, 60 people every Wednesday night, maybe even more. And the problem, and the reason why the attendance is a little bit low right now, is the fact that we went so many years with it being a bad track that it started to just fade away. If they had built this track in the heyday, this would be as big as Trexlertown right now, which is like, the king of all track racing.
We have some great people. Delroy Walters, one of my closest buddies, and Gabby is the next star in the U.S. scene. She's going to be incredible. Last year in our last race here for the year, which was the New Jersey State Championships, Gabby had the best time of any individual, man or woman. So that's pretty amazing. Pablo's really amazing. What a sweetheart. I mean, I really love him to death. He's another one who people want to know, how can I get better, how can I get better? Here's a guy that, he was at the track more this spring than I was, and probably throughout the winter. He comes religiously, he does his workouts 3 times a week, he does his efforts, he does his warm-ups, he does his cool-downs, and he goes home. He's the best guy in the track now. Pablo's killing. Yeah. Well, it was Pablo and Devin, our two best riders we got out here. Devin broke his collarbone here in a match sprint against Pablo. So that's got to tell you how much he was afraid of Pablo. Cycling is inherently dangerous. If there isn't an element of danger, then really, it's not really an exciting sport.
Jared Bundy lost his finger. A guy races, he came back from Belgium in a track race. His finger got taken off in a crash right there in turn 1. It was nasty. But it's track racing.
And a guy came off the rails, came down track and clipped his front wheel. So he went down on his side and just immediately slid down track and just got hit by about 3 or 4 guys. Boom, boom, boom. And one guy went straight over handlebars, broke his collarbone, I think 3 places or something like that. Another guy broke his shoulder. One guy slid on his face, and from his forehead to his chin, took off skin. My friend just ended up with a couple of nicks and cuts and scrapes.
One thing about this track, if you can ride fast out here, you can go to any track in the country and ride fast, where other people, if they're going fast at their home tracks and they come here, they can't ride this track. But we've sent guys to world championships. They've won medals out here. There's been young guys out here that end up racing in the Tour de France. So I mean, you got to make the best of what you get out here.
Anyway, you know, when I took over, that was my main function, was to make sure that people know that it's here and that it's available, and that now we have children that can actually reach the Olympics. And that's what this place is all about. That's why all these people are out here. There's no axe to grind. There's nobody, you know, making a profit off this or pumping up their ego. This is all about just the human spirit.